Hello, peoples, this is Sonic783 and oh, as you could tell, I was gonna say Hella. Tella is poisoned. This is not a good way to start the episode, and it still did not work. So I got use the antidote or something like that. I don't even know. But either way though, hello, peoples, this is Sonic783 and welcome to the next part. Let's play Final. I was gonna say One Piece Pirate Warriors. Final Fantasy IV for the NES. Last episode, we entered the Tower of Babel and random encounter. Yeah, I don't really know why I left that in there. But yeah, anyway, we entered the Tower of Babel. We, what else do we do? We did some other stuff. Okay, just give me a second. Let me remember. What did we do? Okay, yeah, we entered the Tower of Babel. We fought some centaurs because centaurs are in this place. I don't even know how that's even possible. And we defeated the Three Sisters. I'm pretty sure they have an official name, but I'm just gonna go by the Three Sisters because they remind me of Three Sisters, and I don't know why I kept this in. I really gotta learn how to edit my random saves because this is just inconsistent. Not even inconsistent. It's just unnecessary. I don't need you guys don't need to see me save my game. But here we go. So yeah, so that's pretty much all we did last time, and now in today's episode we're gonna be finishing off the Tower of Babel, at least for now. For now, we're gonna be finishing off the Tower of Babel, and then we're gonna be doing some other stuff. I don't know what other stuff we're gonna be doing, but we're gonna be doing stuff. Just quote me on that. But yeah, either way though, so holy crap. I'm not gonna lie, I am so tired. It's funny because this whole week I had off from school, and I could have recorded something for Final Fantasy IV, but me and Josh really had to crank out the One Piece Pirate Warriors 3, recording sessions because we're actually almost done with the game. So we have to record a lot of that. And currently we only need 2 more missions, and then Pirate Warriors 3 is done after the 3 or 4 month work on that Let's Play. Holy crap, there was so many delays with that one game. But finally we're working our hardest to finish the game. We're almost done, and that essentially took up most of my week. Plus I have a social life, so that took up most of it too. And we have Tella going up against Golbez, the main baddie for this game. And yeah, by the way, Golbez is the main baddie for Final Fantasy IV. But Tella apparently isn't doing enough. So what could Tella do this time? Yeah, as you can tell, Tella is kind of terrible with revenge. Well, first, he hit Edward on top of Edward's head with his cane, which won't really do a lot. And even though he's using all of his top tier spells, one thing he can only do is cast Meteor. But as Cecil is showing right now, if I was gonna say if Cecil casts Meteor, if Tella casts Meteor, Tella will die, and that's no bueno because he's our mage, and we kind of need our mage for this because he kind of heals us. So yeah, he casts Meteor, and oh no, 999 damage. Wait, 9999 damage. Yup. But on the bright side, Golbez is dead. So yeah, Tella, out of a fit of rage, defeated the main bad guy for the game. Hooray! So I guess that ends our journey. So yep, Cecil and Rosa lived happily ever after. Cain did something. Cain just walked maybe 2 steps north and kind of just fainted. Tella fainted, and apparently Golbez didn't die. Golbez, you suck. But yeah, even though Cain kind of just conked out, but I don't really even know what to say about this. He kind of just walked 2 steps north and just passed out. Golbez took 9999 damage and still lived, and he struck us with lightning. Don't you just hate it when you think the main bad guy dies and you get hit with lightning? It's such a bad feeling. Ugh. But yeah, anyway, so while all this is happening, spoiler alert, Tella dies because this guy kind of casted Meteor with all of his might, and he did. Cecil apparently got struck by lightning in the chest and lived. I don't know how that's humanly possible, but maybe Cecil isn't a human in general. Okay, you guys are gonna be finding this out later, but yeah, now I'm not gonna say anything more. You guys will find out later, but yeah. So Tella's dead. Character death number what? Let's see. First, we had Rydia that got eaten by Leviathan. You had Palom and Porm that kind of, turned themselves into stone. You had, okay, there was a few more. Okay, Tella just died. That's pretty much it. Well, Edward kind of just gave up. And I'm not even sure if Cain is, dead or alive. Is he? Wait. oh, he's alive. Apparently, he woke up from his unconsciousness because you could just wait make 5 seconds and he wakes up. But yeah, either way, so yeah, Kane is now gonna join us because he snapped out of Golbez's spell. And yes, Golbez casts a spell on Kane. He's not that big of a douchebag. He has morals. But either way, though, so while we're gonna be going up against this next boss, which is gonna be taking up most of this episode, we found Rosa and she almost died. But yeah, either way, so let me talk about something Final Fantasy related. Final Fantasy Explorers, because I've been seeing this game for a while, and it looked pretty fun from everything I've seen. Like it's like Monster Hunter mixed with Final Fantasy, and Cecil and Rosa just made out right in front of Kane, and Kane just got the major blue balls. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad for Kane. But yeah, so yeah, back to what I was saying about Final Fantasy Explorers. So it's been looking fun from what I've seen, and it just came out this Tuesday, so that was kind of another reason why I couldn't really record anything Final Fantasy 4 related, or like do anything productive, because I was playing Final Fantasy Explorers. Like, if you guys follow me on Twitter, I did post something about Final Fantasy Explorers the other day. Like, the game is very bare. It's like my first Monster Hunter, but like it's weird though, because even though the game is very, I guess you could say, bare bones, like there really isn't a lot to it. At least from what I played, like I could be horribly wrong. Maybe there's an entire like new, like a whole nother layer of strategy to it. But from what I played though, like it's essentially my first Monster Hunter. It's like, what if Monster Hunter was easy? And that's something that is very highly objective, because some people find Monster Hunter easy, some people find it hard. For me, I'm over a middle ground. At first, I found it pretty hard, but after I got the hang of the controls, the game wasn't easy per se, but it was like it was a little bit challenging. Like based on what monster you went up against, you would either have a really hard time or a really easy time for that. For Final Fantasy Explorers, the main monster you find in that game are the summons. Like Ifrit, Shiva, Ramu. Um, I don't want to say Leviathan because I haven't found Leviathan yet. But okay, so like like those guys. Amaterasu's apparently in the game because he's a summon in Final Fantasy. Apparently, I don't know what game Amaterasu's a summon in, but he's in Final Fantasy Explorers. But yeah, like them. I fought a Dryad. I kind of forgot some other summons I fought. But yeah, okay, so you get the point though. But yeah, you mostly fight the summons. And like at first the summons were kind of hard, but after a while they kind of just got a little easy. And like it's not like Monster Hunter where like you have to use like super ultra strategies for these guys. It's more or less like wait for your opening, then attack, cast a magic spell or two. You have your like special abilities you could use. Okay, and also let me explain this fight against Valvalis. So Valvalis, he's a very I guess you could say he's kind of a tricky boss if you don't know what to do. So basically, the main stars of this fight is going to be Kane, Rosa, and Cecil. So you see right now that Valvalis, he's basically like, he or she, I'm not even sure what gender Valvalis is, but like, so you see how Valvalis right now, like, it's not in the tornado. Like, it's kind of like, just out there. So right now, when Valvalis is in a tornado, you could have Cecil, Sid, and Yang deal all the physical damage to it. So just have those three deal physical damage. When Valvalis gets in his tornado form, use Kane's jump ability to get him out of, his tornado, like that. Because if you attack, if you talk about Valvalis when he's in his tornado form, it's not really going to do a lot of damage. Like, it's maybe only going to do like 200, 300 damage at max. But, if like he's not in his tornado form, it's pretty much good. So have Kane use a jump ability whenever Valvalis gets his tornado. And Rosa is strictly on healing duty. Like, you should not use Rosa for anything else besides healing. And yeah, okay, so you see this right now, how they're turned into stone. Do not be, I guess you could say, worried about that. Like, even though they're turned to stone, they can still do stuff. Like, you see Yang right now, like, he's able to move. It's just the only thing about this, though, is that, like, I think if you turn to stone, you can still move, but you take a lot more damage. So, for example, like that hit that Yang took, it might have only done like 200 if he wasn't turned to stone. But since he was a stone, he's fragile. So, one hit like that, and he's basically boned. And yeah, frontal attacks aren't effective when you're using his tornado form. You guys already know the drill. But yeah, so as you can see right now, I'm kind of struggling because I forgot that like you don't need to use the softs when they're in stone. Like you could take the hits if like you're really really good at this. Apparently, though, I may or may not have forgot, and I'm kind of doing terrible right now. Like, holy crap. This is not one of my best fights. Or this is not one of my better fights. And Sid's kind of bleeding out. Yang and, I was going to say Terra, Cecil are, like, almost dying. And, yeah, this is not looking like a good fight. Yang is dead again. Just my day. Holy crap. But, yeah, this fight, it's not one of my better fights. I am doing so terrible in this one battle. Thankfully, though, I win. I will say that. I win, but just this entire fight in itself, how, like, I'm struggling right now. I'm using all my lives, high potions, like, the softs, even though I don't really need to use the softs. This is not a good fight. This is not one of my better fights or plans. Okay, but anyway, though, back to Final Fantasy Explorer. So, like, you know, when you fight the summons, I never really had to use a lot of strategy when it came to them. Like, you know, the most strategy it got when it came to fighting summons was, holy crap, I'm gonna die. I gotta find my opening to attack it so, you know, I don't die. And what makes the fights even more easier, and this is honestly something that I feel kind of breaks the game when you think about it, is that, so, in Explorers, you have this, like, mechanic where you could, like, take the souls of some monsters. Like, you know, whenever you kill, like, a regular monster, like, you know, a goblin or a cactuar, like, it drops, like, a blue orb, and that blue orb contains the item. Sometimes it drops a purple orb where, you know, you get like a rare item, but other times it drops the spirit of that creature. And you could actually create creatures to, you know, aid you in fights. If you bring 2 creatures along with you during an Eidolon fight, that basically breaks the game. Like, you they deal so much damage, especially if you have like really good monsters. Like for me right now, I have a Marlboro and a Centurion, I think it's called. And yeah, my Centurion deals a lot of damage, and my Marlboro inflicts so many status effects. So just with that combination, like, I'm basically unstoppable when fighting Eidolons. I haven't really died to one in like a long time. So, like, you know, if you bring those two really good monsters with you that are like, you know, high level, the Eidolon fights are kind of easy, and you really don't need to use a lot of strategy. And wait, is he dead? Oh my, how is this guy not dead yet? Oh, yeah, you see, this fight takes forever, but back to Explorers because I keep getting into separate tangents. So yeah, besides that, you know, other than that though, like, the game is also really considerably faster than Monster Hunter. Like with Monster Hunter, like, you know, in terms of like, you know, attacking and like getting items on the world map, it's like, it's so much faster. And like, you know, some people like the slow nature of Monster Hunter because, you know, you can be more strategic. But like at times in Monster Hunter, it just feels like they're just like, it takes too long to get your stuff. It just takes too long. But with Final Fantasy Explorers, press of a button, you get your stuff, you're done, and then just go on with your day. You know, it takes little to no time. But, you know, with Monster Hunter, though, like, even though the game is slower, it feels so satisfying when you connect that perfect hit with that monster. Like, you know, for me, for example, in Monster Hunter 4, I love the Insect Glaive. Like, that was, like, my main weapon of choice, is the Insect Glaive. So, like, whenever I did the jumping attack and I landed a critical hit on a monster, and, like, I saw the damage, I saw, like, a horn break off, I saw it, like, stagger, it felt so satisfying. With Final Fantasy Explorers, like, you know, I deal, like, a big blow, I just see numbers that flash red, and that's kind of it. I mean, sometimes the monster will get staggered, but most of the time it's just numbers flashing red, and then my creatures are kind of doing a lot of damage to it. So it's like, I don't know, like, Final Fantasy Explorers has a lot of things over Monster Hunter, but Monster Hunter still has a lot of things over Final Fantasy Explorers. But, you know, like, if you have friends that have, you know, want Explorers, and, like, you know, you guys craft a really good team, you guys are gonna have a lot of fun with it. Right now, none of my friends have Final Fantasy Explorers, and it saddens me because I really want to play the game with some friends. Oh yeah, but you know, if I'll try to convince some of them to buy the game, even though most of them don't even have a 3DS, but the ones that do, I will convince them. Because I'm not gonna lie, the game is fun. It is fun. But, you know, it's like if you're playing single player like I am, you might have a pretty mad time, or you might have a pretty mad time. That doesn't really say a lot, but you know, it's fun. The game is just fun. Just take my word for it. It's a fun game. Like, you know, whether or not you want to waste 40 bucks on it now or you want to wait for a price drop, that's all up to you. But for me though, I bought day one. I thoroughly enjoyed my purchase, and after I'm done recording this, I'm either gonna pass out because I am desperately tired, or I might play some more Final Fantasy Explorers, or Metal Gear Solid 5, or Just Cause 3, whatever. I'll figure out what I'm gonna play after this. You know what? I might just even go to sleep. I'm too tired for this. Okay, but yeah, either way, so this episode's actually about to end, so, you know, at least I gotta talk about Final Fantasy Explorers, so, you know, I'm okay with that. Gotta spread the word for that game. Because, like I said, the game isn't bad. It's a fairly decent game. You just need people to play with. That's all you need. And, like, if you're like me, and you have friends, but most of those friends don't have 3DSs, or don't really care about Final Fantasy, it's a sad life. It is a really, really, really sad life. Oh wait, I really gotta edit out these savings. Like I gotta edit out me saving this game. Like it's just like no. Like why do I even why do I even like include me saving in this game? But yeah, either way though. So this episode is actually gonna end really soon. So let me start the outro. So guys, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, do you want. And next time on Final Fantasy 4, we're gonna be doing some stuff, just some stuff. So peace out, peoples, and bye bye.